Alright, hello, and welcome back to video 3 of Final Fantasy V on the Super Nintendo. Well, technically, I guess I should say Super Famicom, as this was never brought to America to this day on the SNES. But anyways, and I still say the music here reminds me of the old Super Nintendo game SimCity, which came out just a year before this did. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, SimCity was one of the launch titles for the Super Nintendo, along with Super Mario World and I don't know. I didn't get my first Super Nintendo until April of the following year, when a very specific game launched in America. Zelda, A Link to the Past. Oh, there's a new Zelda game out. Well, I guess I'm getting that new Nintendo console now after all. There's a Zelda game for it. Need I say more? There's a Zelda game for it. Of course I'm buying it now. Not just some silly ass Mario game, but a Zelda game. Of course I'm buying it now. I mean, to be fair, I like the Mario series too. But just do not ask me to decide between Mario or Zelda. You want the answer to that? Just look at the videos, the games I've covered on this channel. How many Mario games have I done playthroughs of? Z-E-R-O. How many Zeldas? Ocarina of Time, A Link to the Past, Zelda 1, Zelda 2. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Anyways, he's home now since I've been to and back from the Wind Shrine. Almost said Wind Temple, but no. Still want to know what the hell kind of name Zoc is. I mean, I guess, it's some, fictional world who says they're going to have Americanized names. I mean, maybe it's supposed to be Zach, I guess. I don't know. You could look at it that way, too. That O is supposed to be an A, but, yeah. Yep. Well, we were here earlier, but you weren't home. By the way, where were you? Yeah, never mind, none of our business. You're free to come and go, yeah. It's not like you have to answer to us to where you go. And frick, if you're... Never mind. I was going to say, maybe we don't even want to know where you go, but, that leads to different subjects that I'm not even going to get into on here for ratings purposes. Really? I don't notice the difference. Seriously. I mean, I'm not even trying to be sarcastic and funny with this. Random battle encounter rate doesn't seem to pick up anymore now from here on out to the rest of the game than it was earlier as you were making your way through that first cave to Ferris Pirate Hideout. I don't notice any increase in enemy encounter rate, but yet the dialogue there clearly says, yeah, huh. And again, this is one of the reasons why I always wanted to learn Japanese, so I could play the original versions of these games and see for myself how badly translated they may or may not be. Not have to rely on someone who could just be who could just be trying to... who could be wrong in their translation. Like Dragon. Actually, never mind. Never mind. I was going to say like Dragon Quest V's fan translation, but as I found out while playing through that game, Papa's was actually quite close to the original Japanese name for that character. Pancrase was the gag that the American localization team brought in for the DS remake. So yeah, in fact, I even mentioned that in my playthrough of Dragon Quest V a year or two ago, however long ago that was now. Okay. Wait a minute, where's... Oh, nah. Is this going to be like Final Fantasy 4 or 2, whatever? 2 in America, 4 everywhere else. With Edward the Bard after you're done getting the Sand Pearl from the Ant Lion, and then you're back in town that night. He has some vision of Anna. I'm sorry. I've just been playing a lot of Part 4 with the Pixel Remaster. I mean, anybody who's seen my earlier videos knows how much I dislike Final Fantasy IV and every other remake of that game, or even the original. But somehow the Pixel Remaster does the impossible. It actually presents a playable version of that game that even I can stand to play through. And therefore I have been doing a lot of just that, in the last couple of weeks now. The Pixel Remaster of Final Fantasy IV. Just 2 months ago, if you would have told me that I would actually like that game, I would have literally laughed in your face. But, yeah. Yeah, and I'll like to play through Twilight Princess again too. Not! Sure, and I'll play the CDI Zelda games while I'm at it. Not! I might as well. I'm playing Twilight Princess. I might as well play the CDI Zelda games too. Not much of a step in quality from the CDI games to Twilight Princess. Not much of a great increase in gaming quality there. I mean, come on. In fact, I'd probably say the CDI games may be even better. You don't have Midna to deal with in the CDI games. Oh, did I say that? Too bad. Deal with it. Toilet Princess and everybody's favorite character, Shitna. Deal with it, Zelda fans. Don't talk to me about story, because I do not play games for story. I've said it 100 times on these. Well, I play games for their gameplay. If I want a story, I'll pick up a book or watch a movie. As far as I'm concerned, Twilight Princess is a prime example of why. I mean, yeah, okay, fine. It may very well have a good story, but who gives a fuck when the rest of the game sucks ass? If I'm that desperate for a good story, there's plenty of movies I can watch. I don't need to sit through a shitty game to get a good story. Fuck Midnight, not literally either. And excuse my language, but yeah, that game pisses me off. It's so abysmally bad. Toilet Princess, not Twilight. Toilet Princess, because that's where that game belongs. Flushed down the proverbial toilet of gaming history, as if there really is such a place. But yeah. And in all 100% seriousness, I'd play the Philips CDI Zelda games before I'd play Twilight Princess. In all 100% seriousness, I'm not even trying to be a sarcastic, smart-ass troll boy here. I'm being dead fucking serious. Excuse my language, but yes, I would play the Zelda CDI games before I would touch Twilight Princess. Dead frickin' serious. Same goes with Skyward Sword, for that matter. I mean, even with the HD remaster with normal button controls like any other normal video game, where you no longer have to rely on the fly swatter Wiimote, it's still awkward as fuck. Then you still got Fi annoying the hell out of you, and those stupid loft wings, and having to fly them every which way you go. Jesus fucking Christ, excuse my language, but yeah. The bargain basement of the Zelda timeline. Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword. Anyways, so we got the key that we need. Would you get out of... Dude, get out of my way. Thank you. Dude. Yeah, we're going. What? Why not? Wait a minute. Dude, we're still gonna need a crew. I'm not talking motley crew either. Yeah, well, maybe so. But we're gonna need a crew. Don't you be getting an idea? Don't you be getting any ideas, Ferris? We're not being your crew. We'll throw you overboard. We'll mutiny. Alright. Now what? Looks like she's seasick. Hanging her head overboard. Oh, excuse me. Yeah? Dude, that happened some time ago. And here we go again with typical Final Fantasy fodder. 1, 3, 4. Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. And now 5. Those crystals shatter, we're all screwed. Kiss your butt goodbye. I mean, I know it's video game logic and all that, but how does that even work? A silly crystal shatters, and somehow wind is gonna stop and... Really? Not only is it repetitive with 4 out of the first 5 games, like I've already said, but it's a head scratcher. How the hell does that even work? A crystal shatters, of all things, and the wind is going to eternally stop. You're You're never going to have wind ever again because a crystal shattered. Again, I know it's video game logic and it doesn't pay to question it, but this is one of those times where I can't help but do so. How the frick does that even work? Just what are these crystals anyways? They like the Triforce in a Zelda game or something? Some divine power of the gods or some shit? Excuse my language. No, it's too early in the game for that. Yeah, see, I didn't figure that much. All of these games where somebody in the main party or directly involved, directly connected to them, they have amnesia, but they don't recover that. They don't recover from that until close to the end of the game. Yeah. Or at least until close to the end of their involvement in that game, story-wise. Like a certain person from Final Fantasy III. I mean the real Final Fantasy III, not Part 6, which was mislabeled as 3 for American release on the Super Nintendo, but yeah, even in that game you had that granted a minor character in that game, but still. He was only in the game for a short time, so his bout with amnesia was short-lived, but still. Well, not intentionally perhaps, but it's not like you get to choose when you're going to die. Well, unless you kill yourself early, or aka suicidal, and end your own life early, but yeah. Otherwise, it's not like you get to choose when you die. Frick, if that's the case, no one would ever be dying ever. I mean, again, unless you're suicidal. Nope. I'm going back home. Screw you people. Of course, if I was going to take that attitude, I might as well just end this playthrough right here and now. Uh-huh. Oh, never mind. That was Lena talking. Never mind. I was going to make some reference to alluding to the first video, where Barge was making all kinds of sorry-ass excuses that I'm sure only he thought were legit. Well, why he suddenly decided to tag along when even Galef saw he was eyeing up Lena. Of course, he wants to follow her. I mean, yeah. Or Reina, what was it, Reinna or something like that in the Sony PlayStation version of this game. Some weird name that only applies to that specific version. The GBA or the PSP or even the Pixel Remaster, it's always been Lena. Much like it is here in this one. Alright, now, for those who don't want to do any grinding of any kind, there's the canal, your next story destination. Go to it, have fun, go on with the game. Me, on the other hand, come on now, Anybody who's seen my RPG playthroughs by now knows that I always over-level, 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 repeated for emphasis. And don't think for a fraction of a second that this game is going to be any different. Haha, who are you kidding? This is me we're talking about here. Besides that, like Final Fantasy III, not that anybody in America saw that game until 2000, well, outside of PC emulation, saw that game until 2006 for the Nintendo DS remake in 3D, which I don't really like because they screwed up the beginning. Instead of having your full party from the beginning, you meet them one at a time individually. Blah, 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 blah. Frick you. But anyways, of course, as far as American gaming releases go, I think Dragon Quest III was the first game we ever had that had changeable job classes. Granted, in that game, you can only change once you got to a specific location. The Dhamma Shrine or the Outrage Abbey, as it's been in all of the recent remakes of that game. And even then, you can only change the job classes of those party members who were at level 20 or higher. And if you change someone's job class to something you ended up not liking, well, hopefully you saved your game beforehand, because otherwise you were screwed. You couldn't change them back to anything else until after they got up to level 20 in their new location. So yeah. And even in the new HD 2D remaster that came out last November, they didn't really fix that issue. So yeah. Knight, well, the tank, not that the normal, whatever they call it. Okay, it doesn't even have a name in this version of the game. Normal and one of the others, I can't remember which one. Freelancer, I think, in the GBA version. Yeah. Or was it Bear? PSP, or the PS1 rather. Anyways, Knight eventually learns like counter, kind of like the counter materia in Final Fantasy VII years later. If some party member nearly dead, very low on HP, is about to take a hit that may very well kill them in a battle, a knight with the counter ability or counter materia will take that hit instead. Plus, I do want to level up the knight job class because it has the dual wield or double equipped sword ability, which doubles your attack power. Wink, wink. Monk, I'm not too interested in. I mean, if I'm wanting to just grind for extra experience levels, I might grind up a few levels in Monk, but otherwise, I'm not a big fan of the fisticuffs, bare-fisted fighting in any RPG game I've ever played. Yeah. Thief, not really too big on that anyway. Didn't your mother ever tell you stealing is illegal? Shame on you. Quit stealing. Go buy the thing. Get a job and go buy it. Quit stealing it, you thief. And yes, I'm partially just kidding with that. It's only a video game anyways. And in some games like Final Fantasy VII, early on you could steal items long before you could ever buy them in a shop. So just me personally, I've never been a big fan of the thief in general in any RPG game that has it. Except for maybe the aforementioned Final Fantasy III, where a thief can gain you access to give you the ability to unlock certain castle doors or whatnot that you'd otherwise either need a magic key for or couldn't open at all. So yeah, probably won't be doing too much leveling the thief character. White, most definitely to the max, especially by end game for those late game healing spells. Likewise with Black Mage, Fire, Ice, Lightning. And new to this game, never mind, I don't have that one yet, that's later. Blue Wizard, well that is new to this game actually. Of course, for those of us here in the USA, this game didn't come out until 1999 on the PS1, along with Final Fantasy VI as Final Fantasy Anthology, like I said in the introduction to this whole series. And most people know by now, well, most longtime fans, that is, know by now. The reason I bring that up is because by that point, by the time this game was ever officially released here outside of PC emulation, Final Fantasy VII came out in September of 1997, and in that game you have the enemy skill materia, which blue magic in this game is kind of the same thing, basically put, just instead of enemy skill, it's now blue magic. Why blue and not purple or gold or yellow and black striper? Why blue, I don't know, but blue magic, enemy skill, basically the same concept. An enemy that has a special attack, if they use it on a person that has the enemy skill, so if you've played Final Fantasy VII and are familiar with the enemy skill in that game, well, there you go, blue magic. It's even got Aqua Lung or Aqua Rake or whatever. One of the better enemy skills in Final Fantasy VII. Unfortunately, this game doesn't have beta, but oh well. So yeah, definitely I will be leveling up in between videos, of course, grinding up that. And then you have the normals. For now. Okay, good. He can still equip the swords. Oop, not Murmac. No, not Night. White Mage, healing spells. And Varus, from a pirate to a knight. Now, normally, when I'm playing this game just for the sake of, because I like this game, I would grind everybody up, well, at this point in the game, not to maximum level 5 or 6 in that job location. You see, now that we've got job classes equipped, Bards, Blue Mage, okay, my mouse cursor is showing up on screen. Experience level 4, which we've been at for a while now, but aside from that, now that we have job classes equipped, level 0. Why it's not level 1, I don't know. I mean, but anyways, 10 ability, or 0 ability points out of 10 to level up to level 1, yeah. Most battles you get 1 ability point for the whole battle, not just not per enemy within that battle, but just 1 for that entire battle. So in other words, fight 10 random battles, or just, and you'll get the next level up in job classes. So, anyways, aside from an attempted tutorial here on the job class vocation leveling up, point being is I haven't decided. I mean, normally I would level everybody up to level 3 in White Mage, Black Mage, Blue Mage, and Knight. All 4 party members, all 4 job classes. And then after having done that, just switch back to normal job class, or bear, or freelance, or whatever it is in whatever version of the game you're playing, and tank it. tank it big time. Yeah. For this playthrough, I haven't decided if I'm going to do that. Yeah. Since unlike the Pixel Remaster, in this version of the game, I don't have the option of increasing experience and ability points by 4. You know, instead of just 1.4 points per battle. I don't have that option here. So if I'm going to do that kind of thing, it's going to take a lot longer. Haven't decided yet how I'm going to handle that for this playthrough, but anyways, yeah, we're at the half-hour mark, so that'll about do it for this video. Pick it up from here next time. We'll see you then. As always, thanks for watching and put up with my, I'm sure, sometimes annoying opinions. But see ya.